Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. A couple weeks ago, my wife and I visited Victoria, British Columbia for the weekend. So in today's video, I'm going to bring you on a little adventure and just share some of my thoughts. Maybe I'll come up with a title for videos where I share my thoughts and life updates and ideas, like journal entries. I think the last time my wife and I were in Victoria was maybe a year or so ago. It's not too far from Vancouver. With the ferry ride, it's roughly about 3.5 hours, and we headed there pretty early, so traffic wasn't too bad for us. On the first day of our trip, we didn't really have an agenda. We arrived far too early to check into our hotel, so we needed to blow some time. I had remembered hearing about Malahat Skywalk on Instagram. Since we don't come to Vancouver Island often, we decided to check out the Skywalk, which was only about a half-hour drive outside the city. Impressive.
How's the view?
Amazing. Just look at that. Just look at that. Nothing.
It's raining in Victoria.
Some of you may be following my YouTube journey for the Warhammer and hobby related content. Don't worry, I'm working on it. I was actually working on editing a hobby video just before this one, but this weekend I was inspired to try something different. One of my favorite things about living in British Columbia is just being surrounded by nature. The drives through the trees and along the coastlines are so peaceful. I grew up in the high desert of California, so my surroundings couldn't be more drastically different.
How's the view?
Oh, amazing. Just look at that. I like taking photos of buildings that I find cool and interesting. I always tell myself that they will make great reference photos for if and when I ever decide to try my hand at making wargaming terrain. So you'll notice that I take a lot of reference of buildings in this video. Will they ever actually be used for terrain reference? Who knows? You'll just have to like and subscribe to find out.
I love it!
As someone who spends many hours sitting to paint miniatures and spends even more time sitting for work, I enjoy getting outside and moving whenever I can, whether that be a hike or just walking around the seawall. This weekend we stayed at the Oak Bay Beach Hotel. It was early evening when we arrived, so we went down to the hot pool and jacuzzi area right by the ocean to relax before grabbing dinner in the hotel's pub, the Snug. I like to start my mornings with a meditation. Personally, I feel like the daily practice of meditation has helped me keep my stress levels low and helps reset my mind when I need it. Since our apartment in Vancouver doesn't have a balcony, I took full advantage of the one we had here to do my meditation outside.
Hi, babe.
It's quiet around our hotel, so walking around this area was so tranquil. There were so many colorful plants and flowers, and the houses all looked so unique and artsy. When I was in university, I was very big into the import car scene, so I had much appreciation for this Liberty Walk GTR. My wife treated us to pedicures and breakfast, and after that we headed back to the hotel to get ready for the day. That's super crunchy? Around noon, we met up with some of my wife's old friends and coworkers for an event. Basically, we played games outside, ate lots of delicious food, and then drank for the rest of the night. And of course, we made some new friends. There was a marathon on Sunday morning that passed right by our hotel, so we woke up to the sounds of bells and cheering for the runners. For lunch, we stopped by Park's Kitchen, which is a restaurant that we found on the first day that we were here. It's a fusion of Japanese and Korean food, which are two of my absolute favorite cuisines. For as long as I can remember, I've always had an appreciation for the architecture of cathedrals. I'm fascinated by the details in the ornate window shapes, the ribbed ceilings, the stained glass windows. They also kind of look like something out of the 40K universe. One of the most pleasant surprises that we found while walking around was the chocolate project. This is a chocolate shop unlike anything I've ever been to. The man who runs the shop shared how all of these chocolates are from companies around the world who make their own chocolate. He explained the process of how chocolate is made, where it's sourced from, how it's fermented, how to tell if a chocolate is a good quality. Basically anything that you ever wanted to know about chocolate, this guy can answer it for you. And of course, we took some home with us. Another gem of a store that we found was Board with Friends. Obviously, what caught my interest was the Warhammer stuff that I could see from outside as we were walking by. So of course, I had to check out their selection of models. Board with Friends is a board game cafe where people can come play any board game that they'd like, and they offer coffee and snacks for purchase while you play. I chatted for a good 15 to 20 minutes with one of the owners about Warhammer, and I may have purchased some models that I definitely did not need. This area had so many unique little shops. It gave me Disneyland Main Street vibes for some reason. It was almost time to go home, so we made our way toward the ferry and made a pit stop nearby since we had an hour before we were supposed to be at the terminal. I'm not sure where this was exactly, but there was this tank and a plane outside that were pretty cool. But after that, we swung by Timmy's to grab a coffee and a snack. My wife and I had heard a podcast once, I believe maybe it was Jay Shetty, of he and his wife doing relationship check-ins every now and then, and we decided to try it for ourselves. We found this to be a very productive exercise, giving us the chance to review what things are working and what requires attention, things we appreciate about each other, and also to give constructive criticism in a safe space, and how we can meet the expectations of what we want our marriage to be going forward. If you enjoyed this type of video, please let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to help my channel. I appreciate you guys staying until the end of the video, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you, and farewell for now.